afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Barrack Recreation Center on the south side of the city of Columbus. We're here today with our mayor. Yeah, clap it up. Southside Pride. Woo! With our beautiful Lincoln Park building behind us and our wonderful mayor, Andy Ginther, here, and community people and some representatives from Columbus Public Schools and from the City of Columbus Police Division. I'd like to read you a quote, and it says, "Always endeavor to leave people better off than you find them, and you will be better off too." And that kicks us off today to say how important it is for all of us to become involved with education and with safety, because our future are in these Columbus Public School buildings. And the community people, myself, Ann Stewart, who's here, Tina Pierce, Donna, Lily, and all the rest who are part of the Southside Community Curtis, we are all very anxious and proud and honored to be a part of this and looking forward to being a part of the safety. And so as we move forward and we continue this work, we are here today with our Mayor Andrew Ginther. He's going to share some words, and we hope that everyone will become motivated and inspired to go to their local school and give some time. Mayor Ginther? Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah, and thank you all for being here. I want to introduce some of our most important people here today. Maya and Rico, who are here, and they're students back here at Lincoln Park Elementary School, and this is what it's all about. They said their school year's off to a great start, and they're excited to be back with their friends and with great teachers at Lincoln Park. But the reason I introduced them is this is what it's all about. We came together as a community in ways that we never had before, with our nonprofit partners, with the Division of Police, with the school district, with the best recreation and parks department in the country, to make sure that we had great, safe programming, safe places for kids to gather this summer like never before, and partnered with Boys and Girls Clubs and great partners throughout our community to open up those opportunities. Well, now we're back to school. We're transitioning back into a great school year, and we want to make sure that our kids are safe in the community when they're outside of school. We know the school district and their team do a great job of keeping our kids safe in school. We've got to do our part as a city and as neighborhood and community leaders to make sure they have safe passage to and from school every day, and to make sure that in the evenings and on weekends and on holiday breaks that we're all doing our part to step up to making sure that they're safe and that they have great, constructive, positive activities to participate in. And so that's what we're here today. There's so many great charities out there in the last month or so. There have been so many back-to-school supply giveaways, you know, Amazon, Volunteers of America, Charity Newsies, so many great churches and faith organizations, and so many other community groups that have stepped up to help out with basic supplies for great students in Columbus City Schools to start the year off right. We know that we have, as a city, helped to expand access to high-quality pre-K in neighborhoods, both in Linden Park, and we've launched on the Hilltop Early Childhood Partnership, where we want to double the number of young people enrolled in high-quality early childhood programming by 2020. We know that just in the last 2 years, as a city, we've invested in 17 miles of sidewalks and secured almost $400,000 more for additional sidewalks specifically around elementary schools. There are many parts of our city that were annexed at different points in our city's history where sidewalks had not been required. So we're doing some retrofitting, and we're making our top priority elementary schools, places around rec centers, places that children gather. And then in our Rec and Parks Department, an exceptional retooling of our APPS program, Application for Purpose and Success, is geared directly for 14 to 21-year-olds, some of our younger or older students in Columbus City Schools, with intervention and prevention, really trying to make sure that we're building relationships at community centers like Barrack to make sure that young people stay on the right track and have meaningful relationships with adults that can help them stay on that positive trajectory. And we also know of all the great programs that Recreation and Parks offers in sports, everything from flag football to youth soccer, again, to engage young people in those positive activities. And Columbus Public Health has stepped up our efforts. Immunizations are an important part, a critical part, Dr. Gillison, before young people come back to school so that everybody else stays safe. And Columbus Public Health will be at the Columbus City Schools Enrollment Center on Cleveland Avenue on Monday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And they will also have extended hours at their clinic on Parsons Avenue during the school exclusion week, that is September 9th through the 16th. So all of our partners in the community are stepping up to make sure that our young people have a safe and successful school year, because we all have a role to play in the futures of Maya and Rico, wherever they live in the city of Columbus. So now I'd like to turn the mic over to our great partner at the Division of Police, Deputy Chief Quinlan, who's going to talk a little bit about the Division of Police's efforts for safety during the school year. Please welcome Deputy Chief Quinlan.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, my name is Tom Quinlan. I'm the Deputy Chief in charge of our community policing efforts, which includes the officers we have in and around the schools. Our mission is to serve the community with a purpose to protect. Schools and the safety of the youth in our community are an area where we are particularly passionate. Columbus Police maintains a presence in 17 area high schools and has a relief staff available to randomly visit middle schools and conduct other interactions in all the schools that we patrol. In addition to the resource officers, we offer presentations in schools focused on police and teen interactions, Maria's Message Driving Simulator, our Teen and Police Service Academy, and we conduct school investigations if anything occurs on school grounds or nearby. Some years ago, officers were placed in schools as only to serve as an immediate response force to any violence, to prevent violence in the schools. Today, that role as a resource officer has evolved to serve more as a liaison and a mentor role with the students to build relationships with teens. In fact, many of the dangerous situations that have been discovered in the schools we learn of through these relationships by teens sharing information with officers that has saved lives. The work of our resource officers extends beyond the school's hallways and classrooms. Our officers actively patrol areas outside of the schools and monitor routes students use to walk to school. Officers also maintain a presence at the athletic events to ensure everyone's safety. The safety tips I offer to students and the public that visit, parents or the public that are visiting near schools, would be very similar to what we recommend when we're talking about protection of highway workers on construction zones. Students are walking to schools and deserve to be safe from all hazards. Students, do not walk with your earbuds in and looking down at your phones. Have good situational awareness, meaning knowing what's going on around you from both pedestrians and vehicular traffic. Report any suspicious activities to school staff or your resource officer. Walk in pairs when available, and use your phone to photograph a vehicle, a license plate, a driver, if you have some concern about that person, and share that with school or the police as well. Parents and other motorists in the areas around schools, put the cell phones and other distractions away. Slow down. Anticipate teens making unexpected directions and changes in their direction, that they may come into your path unexpectedly. Anticipate that. Big thing is separate obstacles. Do not try to squeeze, say, between a bus and students walking. Slow down, take one obstacle at a time so you can separate those and provide for the student's safety. Did you know that when traveling 20 miles per hour, it takes 63 feet to stop your car in the best of conditions? But at 43 miles per hour, it takes 165 feet to stop in the same conditions. which is the speed, the average speed we've found a lot of people driving in the school zones just since yesterday that we've issued citations for. Too fast. The mayor mentioned the APS program, other things we do with our teens. I want to invite students that are 14 and older to also consider our Explorer program. We are looking at our Explorer program, rolling that out as a kind of a pipeline program to recruit young men and women in the early ages of 14 to 22, where they have they're forming their interests in what they might want to do when they get older. We invite them to explore, look into our Explorer program and see if that's something that they may have an interest in, and start in developing that spirit of community service. So our safety is on focus. Report suspicious activities, interact with the police in your area, slow down, pay attention, avoid distractions, and arrive safe. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Alicia Gillison. She's with the Columbus Public Schools, and she is the Chief Academic Officer. Alicia?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
When a community comes together to rally behind our children, great results are possible. On behalf of Dr. Dan Good, the Superintendent of Columbus City Schools, our Board of Education, I want to share our appreciation for Mayor Ginther and his team, the Columbus Division of Police, Recreation and Parks, and our partners that are here today. Thank you. Yesterday was a new day for Columbus City Schools. We call it Happy New Year. Yesterday, over 3,000 classrooms were once again filled with eager minds ready to learn. Our buses safely transported over 30,000 students to and from school. But what was most impressive about yesterday was the tremendous community support and involvement. Local businesses, organizations, faith-based organizations, charities, volunteers, elected officials all came out to welcome our students back. Our young people deserve that every day. Our communities deserve that every day. What we ask, and the challenge here, is to think about your involvement and how you might be able to offer some one-on-one time, whether it is a mentor, whether it is a reading buddy, wherever your time and talents fit best, because we have to continue education after students leave the school buildings. And that's where we all come in. We have to provide those safe environments where learning is continuing, where students are learning from mistakes that they make, where they are developing personal and social skills, and most of all, academics. Teamwork makes a dream work, and we have to work together. And so the challenge is for you and anyone that can hear my voice: mentor, reading buddy, however your time and talent fits best. We have over 52,000 students that are waiting for you. We have a saying in Columbus City Schools: it's success. You can't spell success without CCS, and it's not going to work without you. Thank you.
Either one of you ever just thought about being a police officer?
I have.
Yeah. How about you, Ma? You ever thought about it?
All right.
So Rico and Maya are telling me they're thinking about maybe a career in law enforcement. And what a better place to be than the best division of police in all of America. And so excited for everything that we're coming together as a community to talk about here today. But it's also important for me to remind everyone everyone has a role. As Mama Dick said to me as we walked up here today, when the school year starts, she opens up that front door, particularly when kids are on their way to and from school. Whether or not you work in the school district, you work with Recreation and Parks and the Division of Police, whether or not you have kids in school right now, you still have a role and a responsibility. Faith leader, community and neighborhood leaders, all of us have a role to play in making sure that our young people are safe and are successful during the school year. So I ask everyone, not any one person can do everything, but all of us in this community can do something to make sure that Maya and Rico and all their classmates and young people around this city have the best school year they've ever had. Thank you all for being here today. And Maya and Rico will be available for one-on-ones afterwards. Thank you.